Live stream coverage of the 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament. Live from the Gold Coast Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas. The 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament. Brought to you by Storm and the SPI family of products. By the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino, home of the April 2024 Senior Team Classic. By Kegel, built for bowling. By Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser for the Storm Youth Championships. And by Lane Talk, the app that connects bowlers and bowling centers. Now, live from the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, it's live stream coverage of the 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament.
All right, welcome everyone. We are back. My name is Blair Blumenscheid, and everyone knows who is sitting next to me.
Hi, I'm Blair's friend.
Mr. Hall of Famer, Norm Duke. Norm, welcome to the finals of the True Amateur Tournament Nationals in Las Vegas at Gold Coast. Here we are.
Oh, it's been awesome, too.
We made it to the finals.
Yeah, and the last two rounds, man, they're just something happens every game that you just cannot even believe.
There was a roll-off.
There was a roll-off, but the one that I liked was the guy needed a double in the 10 to advance, and he gets a strike on the first ball, Wally 7, throws the second ball, same exact shot, gets the Wally 7, but it moves to where half the pin is on the lane, the other half the pin is off the lane, and he gets eliminated. Things like that happen.
It's amazing. All right, so our finalists here are practicing. We are in the finals. You see our friend Ed up there chatting with the finalists, just making sure they have all the final rules and everything. We'll run down some of the finalists. You'll hear them be introduced again before their first shot. But the finalists are Daryl McDuffie. He's our senior division qualifier. He's from Melville, New York.
And he'll be getting 7 pins of handicap.
Luis Donaldo Fernandez. He's from I don't know if it's Monterey. I'm sure it's Monterey, Nuevo Leon.
Okay, and he does not get any handicap. He is the scratch bowler. There's 2 of them.
Yes, and he's one of the Alex's group from Mexico. We have old Johnny Leeson.
Old Johnny Leeson. I tell you what, that sounds like he's a shortstop back in New York in the day, you know?
He's from Kongsberg.
He'll be getting 11 pins.
Yes. And we also have Marvin Hale. He is our other scratch bowler. He is from Thousand Oaks, California. And, of course, we have Rogerio Bacchi. Oh, I said it wrong.
No, Bacchi is right.
And Rogerio.
Bacchi is wrong. Bacchi is what they told us. Rogerio Bacchi. He'll be getting 8 pins. Marvin Hill, no, she said it. He's bowling scratch.
Absolutely. And they are just finishing up some practice at the Gold Coast. We are here. It's been a great week. Where's my notes?
Yeah, there's so many people here. It's like 1,700 entries, and there's only 5 bowlers left, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's still 200 people in this place watching.
Absolutely. And there were 389 finalists at the beginning of today. This morning, there were 389 bowlers. 1,400 bowlers were here total for the week.
1,400?
Unique bowlers.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means there were 1,400 bowlers. There were 5,000 entries.
Oh,
because they can enter again. But the number of bowlers was 1,400.
I saw them all.
The finals today will pay over $250,000. It's just amazing. Jamie and his crew have done another great. It's been a great year.
I tell you what, they do a marvelous job. When you've got, let's say, 6-8 times the amount of people that we have in a professional tournament, and you have to navigate all the things that come with running a bowling tournament. Kudos to Jamie and his staff, Ed. Wow,
it's
they
amazing.
did a great job. I tell you what, I'm watching our boy Marvin Hale. I say our boy, it's just because we get to talk to him all the time. And I have not seen him get more than 9 yet in practice. Yet.
Now, the look he had on the burn.
On the burn.
Or, well, the super burn, because it was they oiled this morning and then never oiled again. His look there was unbelievable.
Yeah, he ended up with 240 to advance, but now that they've got the fresh up, he's a quality bowler, no doubt about it, and he'll figure it out. But so far, he hasn't.
Yeah, and someone in the chat says 250,000 question mark exclamation point. Yeah, that is the amount that they are paying out to all of the finalists. They just have so much money that they're giving out to all of the people competing.
You can win money in challenges. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 challenges. There's all kinds of money. They give away $250 per round to the leader and things like that.
And then you get each round that you make it, you get a little more payout, right? So if you went out in the first round this morning, you get a certain amount, and then each round you make it, you get a little bit more.
And I was told that there's $47,000 going to be awarded to these 5 players. And the winner, should they have entered the progressive pot, will get a shot at $97,000. Is that right?
What did you say?
97,000 for the progressive?
I think it is 90,000.
90,000. Started out at 83,000.
Yeah. It got up to 90,000. Yes. And here's the crazy part. You bring up this progressive, which Jamie walked past and said, one bowler is in the progressive.
Out of all 5 of these, only one bowler put the extra $5 in, or $10, whatever.
I think it's $10. One bowler.
Okay, if you're watching this and you're planning on bowling the TAT, all right, bring an extra $5 or $10 per squad to enter the progressive, because that's twice the money.
You don't have a shot at 90,000, and they do have the breakdown for when they are bowling for the progressive. There'll be a shot for 20%, there'll be a shot for 40%, there'll be a shot for 80%, and then the total payout.
And then the total payout. Well, listen, last year's victor did not get in the progressive, so that's why it started out at $83,000.
It's just amazing.
All right, here we go. Luis Fernandez is going to start us off on the left lane. Marvin Hale, he'll be the first bowler on lane 42. And we're going to get this final started. Nice shot there. Quality shot.
It's a good shot. That first shot's always the hardest.
Yes. For me, it wasn't as bad the first shot as if the first strike I got, the next shot was the hardest. And that's just because it's like nothing really counts except an open or a double, right? So your first shot, you're not going to be able to double.
Right. Well, and it is always that first frame, they do intros. So only one person is bowling in the entire building. There's no one up beside you.
Yeah, and then you got to make a 10-pin with quiet. You haven't had quiet all day, and all of a sudden it's just quiet.
Yeah, so once we get through this first frame, you will see the bowlers kind of get into more of a routine or a rhythm.
And we're at the true amateur tournament, the TAT. So these bowlers don't bowl for $47,000 every day.
No.
So they're not Anthony Simonson and E.J. Tackett and Belmo, who, money is nothing to them nowadays.
No. So let's see here. We do have the top finish, I think, for all of these bowlers at the TAT.
I tell you what, Marvin is lost. I'll just get that straight right now.
So Marvin has made the finals before. He just bowled. His hobby is graphic design. That's also his career choice. He's a great graphic designer. A lot of the jerseys that you see him wearing, he designed himself. And he has bowled a 300 at the USPC Nationals and has come in 6th at the USPC Nationals.
And he has carried a Brooklyn in frame 1.
Now, Rogerio, who's up now, his hobby is traveling. Get this, Norm. This is his very first
nice shot. Nice shot, Rogerio, for his first championship shot in the TAT.
This is his first ever TAT. He came here, first time out here, and he's in the finals, the grand finals.
Hey, kudos. And he opened up with a quality shot in the first frame, too.
Absolutely. All right, now we see our senior qualifier. Daryl McDuffie. He's from Melville, New York. He's been bowling over 30 years. Um, we were laughing about this, but he wrote this. I keep losing in the finals. I made myself a promise to win this year, and I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. You know what? I like that.
Yes. He's had over 100, 300 games. He has a lot of 800 series. He's averaged 230 back in the early 90s. And, he said average 230 back in the early 90s when bowling was much different than it is today.
Different is true. All right, but open up with a spare there. You know, the handicap is on the board in front of you. You're probably not going to be able to see it, so we'll just let you know that Daryl does get handicap. I'm trying to see it right now. I think it's 7 or 8 pins.
Yeah, Daryl gets 7 pins.
7 pins.
And Rogerio gets 8 pins. And Old Johnny gets 11 pins. And this is Old Johnny here. When he's not bowling, he enjoys fishing. He came in fifth in 2006. Maybe that's at the TAT, and then he is the Copenhagen Open champion in 2002. And he was the Silver Ball Open champion in 2003.
Yeah, but he's from Kongsberg.
Kongsberg.
I tell you what, when you see the sign Kongsberg on the side of the road, it's your exit. You got to get a charge on that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I exit Kongsberg.
Now, Lewis here, who's stepping up, he loves bowling. He has been very stressed throughout the day at the TAT. That's what he says. But it feels really good to be part of this experience because he's gotten to meet more people. He's thankful to his coach Sergio and his parents and his girlfriend, and he is part of the crew from Mexico that Alex brings, and they're quite the crew. There were 210 bowlers from Mexico.
Oh, I know, and every one of them are they're an inspiration. They're just so very kind. They're appreciative of all of this TAT that has to offer, and they so enjoy this. That's why there's so many of them that come.
And they keep growing each year because they tell their friends, you got to come. You got to come bowl this tournament in the United States.
Yeah, and Marvin Hill just threw a shot on lane 41 for the double. Of course, he carried a Brooklyn the first shot. And I'll tell you what, I thought he was lost. All of a sudden, he peeled one off of the first arrow way down lane. That looked a lot better. So I thought he was lost. Now I think he may be found. Nice shot there.
Daryl throwing the summit peak. Great shot out there. We do have some shout outs to each of the bowlers. We're able to shout out to somebody. Rogerio has a crew here with him, so he's not shouting out to anyone at home per se. Great shot. Oh, great shot there.
He almost did not get that, but all right. That was a perfect shot, by the way, and that would have been really bad luck if he didn't get the strike. But there's a double for Rogerio, a double for Marvin Hill. 2 opens for Luis, and Luis is getting no handicap, so he finds himself already 32 pins down. And more so to Rogerio because he gets handicap.
Absolutely.
Here's old Johnny. Old Johnny, he's not going to mess with the hook. He's just going to freehand that thing right up about 8-9 and let it just lay there. And boy, what a great shot for a ring and 10.
Now, he does have the most pins to work with. He has 11. Just a good amount. Makes a difference. It
does make a difference, especially if you can start out with a double. He didn't get good luck there with that ring of 10, so he could have started with a double and put some pressure on him early with that 11-pin cap. Here we go with Luis. He needs to get back in this. Oh, another ring and 10. Now, he missed the one, the first shot on that lane. But those were 2 really good shots on the left lane, both ring and 10. People ask me all the time, Blair, they say, why do you leave ring 10s? Why does one ball strike when one doesn't? It's deflection, people. If that ball deflects, you catch more of the 3-pin. This is for right-handers, more of the 3-pin. And then the 3-pin catches less of the 6. and it'll send the 6 right around the 10. So you want your ball in a traction state. It has to be in a momentous state, driving those pins, and then all the shots strike.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, yeah. Oh dear.
Luis is off to a little hard start.
Yeah, that's back to back to back opens, and his mom's watching. So,
He's gonna go take a walk.
Luis, get it together for mom back home.
Marvin, you did mention
He found it.
he did find it, and Marvin and Daryl both have some shout outs we haven't mentioned. So Daryl here, he wants to shout out to his wife.
That's a good shout out right there. He just made to his wife, huh?
Yeah, right. And
What's
his
her name?
kids, Jocelyn, it looks like.
Okay.
And then Charlie Rembert, Andre McDuffie, and Alexis McDuffie back home. And he wants to thank God for getting him to this point.
Always thank God.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Rosario for the turkey. Looks high. All right, that's a very lucky break. I mean, you're looking at the 6 pin. You make that spare, and you're in it. I said Marvin was lost. I saw him throw all of his practice shots. That's why he's good. I mean, he made the adjustments. Now, all of a sudden, he's peeling it off a 5. He looks like he's been there the whole week.
He's like, Norm, I'm not lost. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He also said I was his good luck charm.
True dat. He did. I heard it. We got some fans in the chat cheering on some of the bowlers. They also got a shout out to Marvin, who is the best ball driller out there. Marvin does work in a great pro shop.
Yeah, he also had a shout out to Roto Slim.
He did, and also the Marvel Pearl.
I don't know why that is.
He loves that ball.
Yeah, obviously.
He's shouting out to Noel Vasquez, Vice, Bull IQ, Zarkov.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, Zarkov, Storm, Roto Schlem, and Marvel Pearl.
All right, this is a big shot. He's getting 11 pins. Ooh, almost chopped that, but hey, run those spares down. At 11 pins is a double plus, so he's in it.
Thanks to everyone who has joined us to watch the finals on this Sunday evening in Vegas.
All right.
Great shot. There's Lewis.
I'll tell you what, that's 3 out of 4 really quality shots on his first shot. But if you don't run those spares down, you're just gifting people. That's a gift. So if you're listening to this, don't be gifting people.
You've been saying it all week. The one tip you had for bowlers that want to come out to the TAT next year, work on those spares.
Oh, he's going to peel this ball back. I tell you what, he's lined up now. Cha-ching.
So our president, Tyler Jensen, who is in the building, he said to Marvin, he goes, Marvin, you look so angry when you're bowling. And Marvin said, I'm not here to make friends.
Hey, I bowled against Weber my whole life. As good of friends as we are, he didn't have nothing good to say when we were bowling against one another. I say that,
100%.
Pete's a great.
So is Marv. He said, after I'm done bowling, I'm happy to share a drink with someone, but I'm not going to look like I'm here to bowl. I'm here to. This means business to me.
Nice shot there by Rosario. Trying to get the hammer in, but leaves a flat 10.
I'm just impressed. This is his very first TAT, and he's in the finals. That is incredibly impressive.
All right, here's our senior bowler. He winged it just a little bit. Just a little bit will get you a washout just about every time. They're still hard. That's why I'm a little impressed with Marvin right now, because you have to have a quality shot to get it to 5 down lane and then get it all the way back and not have it hook early on you, because your instinct is to give it a little help. If you help that thing, it's never going to get to 5 down lane. It's going to hook early and go through the nose. Oh, he's going to make that off the wall.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at him go. Yeah, that's with 8 pins handicap. So he's got a double and 8 pins handicap. So he's 12 down to Marvin currently. Marvin's got the lead. Rosario's also got a double and no opens. He gets 7 pins handicap. So he is a mark back. 11
Great
pins
shot.
is what Ole.
Old
No,
Johnny.
it's not Ole. It
Old
looks,
Johnny.
It looks like Ole to me, but it's Old Johnny. Come on.
I had to ask how to pronounce it because I'm like, what is going on here?
That's my New York shortstop.
I love it.
Old Johnny.
Now, for anyone at home, this pair was oiled just before the finals. 41-foot pattern, 29.35 mils. Kegel
Oh, nice
is
shot.
the designer of the TAT
Yeah, they do a great
Nationals.
job, by the way. Kegel, they're just the best ever at lane maintenance, developing patterns for competition events. They did the PBA tour for at least 10 years. Shout out to all those people down at Kegel. They're about an hour, 20 minutes south of my house. Here we go, trying to get a 5-bagger. Nice shot. I liked that shot. Overhooks down lane. Just tells me that he didn't get quite the speed on it. But, man, I watched him get through it. It looked good.
Absolutely.
But he got out with 8. It's a really easy spare for him. I just have a feeling this is going to come down to the 10th.
I have a feeling too. Goody in the chat says that it's impressive how well these players are bowling. I would agree. There's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. Absolutely. You know, as a pro, folks, I had to graduate into a comfort zone that would allow me to play my best on television. I went 8 winless years after my first title, and it was primarily because television was a killer for me. I just couldn't get comfortable. And it took work. It took reading books. It took mental investments in my mental game. It took so much for me to get comfortable. And to this day, we're so nervous we can barely let go of it, right? Well, these folks haven't been there. They haven't had that chance. So, yeah, kudos to them.
Yeah, and it's like our friend Daryl said in his bio that he handed us. I keep losing in the finals. I made myself a promise to win this year, and I'm on my way.
Yeah, and if he can run this one 2-4-8 down, and he can keep that double and no opens, then he's still within a mark.
And he has 7 pins of handicap, and he makes that spare. Now, apparently, his friends back home in California, Marvin Hale, in the chat, I'm learning they call him Marvin Pearl, like the Marvel Pearl.
Like the Marvel Pearl. That's why he wanted the shout out.
He loves that ball. Apparently,
Wow.
I didn't know his affinity for this.
Yeah, glad they didn't call me Norm Crux. Okay, it's
Johnny.
left off his hand. All right. He still leaves a 310. This is a tough spare, okay? Tough spare anytime, especially on a hard condition. It's tough, but he's on a strike. If he can convert this spare, he's not going to lose any count. He doesn't have a double yet, but he does get 11 pins. So it only puts him a little more than a couple marks away.
Needs a spare.
And he's going to get it Brooklyn.
Yeah, he does.
I love it. I love it.
I do too.
You know, yeah. If you make the 310 Brooklyn on tour, you're going to get a couple of looks. That's all I'm saying. Tommy Jones is going to give you a look. Right. He's going to do it.
He's going to say, really, Norm?
He's going to, yeah, exactly like that.
There's Luis.
He's looking for a turkey. Ooh.
Oh, dear.
Okay, that's Katie barred the door for him. You can't get 5 on a double. That loses about half more of a mark. He started out well, open. Yeah, that double doesn't do you much when you get 5 on the end. Seeing as how Marvin started with a 4-bagger and the other 3 people get handicap, he can strike out, and I think he's done. Just my opinion. Good shot.
He liked that one, too. Overhooks a little
you know,
bit.
of course, it was left to target, but I thought he got through it enough that it would lay there.
I thought it did, too. It was close. They're tough.
That's why they're tough. We look at it. It looks good, but nope.
Oh, good try, Luis.
Yeah, Luis.
His friends in the back are still cheering him on. They're saying, "Come on."
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
Well, 198 is his best. That's the best he can do. And Marvin, if he misses here even, is at 210. And he
Oh, my.
does not
Oh, my.
like that.
That was not like Marvin to do.
Ooh. Well, he's not going to look nearly as happy.
No, he will not.
Nope.
He's going to sit and reset the mindset there.
And he's at a 210 clip, 210 clip. What is a clip? For those of you that are watching,
I was
that's
wondering.
if you go strike spare or spare strike out, you bowl a 210.
Ah, I did not know.
Yeah, so it goes 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 20 frame. So we look at Rosario. He left a 5-pin. He is at a 206 clip, but he gets 8 pins. Daryl here at a 203 clip. He gets 7 pins. And he's having trouble getting his ball up.
He did get a 9 on that ball, though. That was a good 9, right?
That's a really good 9.
Yeah.
And the last 2 shots, he's held the head pin. So he's having a little trouble getting his ball up. And there you go. Shoot the 5-pin right at it, folks. Don't bowl your strike ball at it. If your strike ball leaves a 5-pin, your strike ball can miss that thing.
Yes, sir.
Go straight at them, just like that. That's how you make spares.
Really nice spare shooting in this grand final match. It really
But he's
is.
bowled for 30 years. He knows what he's doing on those spares.
And you know what? He did bowl, as he said, he averaged 230 back in the 90s when bowling was much different than it is today.
That's correct. Now we have old Johnny. Old Johnny had a 198 clip. No doubles, no opens.
Ah,
Oh, good
trips
strike
of 4.
there. So he's a 198 clip. He had his 11. He's at 209. All right, Luis. One good shot right here.
That was a good shot. He listened to you.
I imagine. That thing was sawing. It was sawing pins everywhere. Shrapnel.
We have bowlers in the chat saying they are going to join us at the TAT the next time. We look forward to seeing you.
Yes, we do.
It's a great event. Such a welcoming tournament to everyone, whether you're a first timer or whether you've been here 10, 15 times. And who knows, you might be like Rogerio and be here first time in the finals. It can happen.
It's happened.
Yeah.
Okay, the clip is still with Marvin, 210. Rogerio right here, he's got 206 plus his 8 pins. That makes him at a 214 clip. All right, that's a 7 count on a spare, so brings him down to 203 clip plus his handicap.
Great shot, Daryl. Oh, my goodness.
Money. Oh, he's got some fans back there.
Our friend Alyssa Ferraro is in the chat. She was another one that was a first timer in the finals.
Oh,
It's
nice
fun.
shot right there. Very nice shot. Hello, Alyssa. If you're watching, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice to hear from you.
we got old Johnny on the left lane here. He is going to try to parlay that strike in the 6th with a double.
Good shot by
nice
old
shot
Johnny.
with a double. Old Johnny takes the lead. He's at 208 clip now with his 11 pins, makes him at 219.
Norm, there is a question, and I think this varies for bowler to bowler. How many frames on average does it take to get used to the lane pattern?
4 or 5 weeks. I don't know. Sometimes you never do get used to it. You know, folks, let your ball be your guide, and don't be afraid to be nimble. Move around, Find different ways to throw a ball. Make it. You're doing these things in practice so that you have more tools in your bag when you get into scenarios like this. And I say that because we're looking at Marvin Hill here. He just shot 240 something to make this top 5, and he was playing inside a 5th arrow. Now he's swinging a ball to 5, and he's got, 6 out of 8 strikes?
Yes.
So don't fall in love with anything. Always be nimble and be aware that change may be needed at any time. Even if you're on a tremendous roll, change will be needed eventually, and it may be the next shot. So keep an open mind and be nimble and be versatile. All right, here we go, Daryl. Daryl's got a double, no opens. He's at a 202 clip. At his handicap, he's at 209. This would put him at 219. No.
Dear.
Oh, boy, that's trouble. Yeah, get the 2. Yeah, we hear that in the back. Get the 2, get the 2. Don't try to make this, folks. If you're shooting the 4-7, the 4-6-7, you get the 2, and unless you have to make it to win. And then you can do whatever you want.
Oh, my. What is happening? Well, actually, this is what we've seen all week, right? It starts to get tight down lane, and you can't miss right. And this is what has been happening in this transition.
Yeah, and when you get 5 on a spare, the shot before that, he got 7 on a spare. I mean, oh, goodness, that's a whole mark he just gave away in the last 2 frames if he makes this.
All of them.
Now he's given 2 marks away in one open,
Absolutely.
1 open is actually 2 opens because of count. So that's a 185 clip along with his handicap. That's a 193 clip. That's troublesome because we got 220 clip up there for Marvin Hale. He's got the hammer in the 8th frame. That looks to be the person to beat right now because he's got offense. Here we go, old Johnny for the turkey and to maintain the lead.
Oh, my. All right.
All right, he was begging.
Yeah.
He was begging. All right, so Marvin Hill takes the lead.
Damon would like to know, is everyone bowling in the progressive pot? I heard it was one bowler. I have not gotten which bowler it is.
We know it's not Marvin.
It's not Marvin. Marvin told us he was not in the progressive. But then again, I'm not. Sometimes Marvin kids. Anyone that knows Marvin. So I don't know if he was joking with me or not because I gave him the deadest stare possible when he told me he wasn't in the progressive.
Oh, that needs to hook. Yeah, that got off his hand just a pinch early. I mean, just a pinch early, and the ball sails early. It gets long and can't make it back. But I tell you what, he still had a great week. I mean, he's heading here in the finals.
Absolutely.
All right, this is Marvin Hill in the 9th frame, trying to extend his lead. He's the only bowler with the hammer right now and takes advantage of it. Oh, yeah, that puts him at a 230 clip at this moment. 230, no handicap.
Nice spare by Luis.
So the closest we have right now to Marvin Hill is old Johnny. Old Johnny's got a double and no open, so he's at 205 clip. But he's got a handicap that puts him at 213 with that 8 pins. So he's 17 pins down if he strikes in the 9th. And it still matters, even if they do not win this game. There's 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right?
Yes, and they're all different. So that is important. If there's things happen, this happens every year. Like last year, I think someone went from 1st to 4th.
Exactly.
In the 9th and 10th frame.
Saw it happen.
Yeah, so it can happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking I want to be friends with Daryl's fan club back here because they're very supportive. They just are like on the spare. Like, I want them to come watch me at a tournament.
All right, that was a solid 9 right there for Rosario. It was a really good pitch. He's going to make that spare.
Good shot. Yep.
So he's still, it's a 195 clip scratch, and you add the 8 is 203. He's 27 back. And you know, a double's worth 10, even with an open. Marvin would be victorious over Rosario.
Oh, Johnny. Oh my goodness. Well, he is lucky that he got 9 there.
Yeah, you can feel that the pressure is there, you know. And hey, look, for good reason.
Yeah.
I'd like to have $1 for every bad shot I made under pressure. Holy cow.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. We can make this spare. Stay at the 204 clip. Plus his handicap.
And he gets it. So that was a good break because of the 9 and then a spare. I would take that any day. Bo Gergen in the chat says that rumor has it Norm is coming out of retirement as a 2-hander. Any truth?
Hey, Bo. I did bowl on the senior tour with Bo. And yeah, he joked with me more often than he told me the real scoop. No, Bo. No, I bowl with 2 hands. I just take one off a lot earlier than most.
Have you ever tried 2-handed?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
I throw it about 9 miles an hour. It hooks more in the first 20 feet than it does in the back end. Oh, winner, chicken dinner right there. Look at him.
Oh,
winner,
man.
chicken dinner. That's a Del Ballard line.
Marvin, he is walking it out.
He's laying it out.
Yeah, he was down
sprawled
on the, I
out.
thought he was going to lay down and just stay down.
Looked like Mika for a while.
He's coming back.
I didn't say that out loud, did I? I'm so sorry. Bo caught that, I know. Oh, yeah, that feels good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Now he just relax. This is like the victory lap. And he's not in the progressive as far as we know.
Yeah, I want that. I want that. Someone to bring. Well, I would think that if he was, I would be getting flagged, and everyone would be very happy.
I would think so too. So we have 156 for Luis Fernandez. Not his best showing. Of course, his first 3 frames were his demise. Marvin at a 240 clip. He will win this. Shuts everybody out already. So this is his victory lap, and he's feeling it right now. He's feeling it.
And his friends in the chat are saying he's buying drinks at League this week.
That's how hard they are. He did not throw that very bad, and he's looking at an 8-10. Sweet. Good thing he's already won. All right, Rosario. You can shoot 205 scratch here. All right, good shot there. No, sorry. 195 scratch is all he can bowl. I forgot about all that count that he lost.
Yes.
195 plus the 8 pins handicap puts him at 203 if he can get 1 more strike. Or 2 more, sorry. And like we say, there's second,
Good
third,
job,
and
Marvin.
fourth. So that's a big shot.
He's waving to the crowd, giving a hug to his friend Harvey Johnson off screen. I think there's some tears.
Well, Harvey's crying.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I'll tell you what, Marv came in this week. He was very focused the whole week. He had one goal in his mind.
I think we'll see him next year.
Well, he has to take a year off because he won.
Oh, you're right. We've been talking about that.
Yes, yeah, and he actually told us this week that this might be one of his last true amateur tournaments. He loves working with his guys at the shop, and it just is a lot to come in and bowl, and so who knows? Who knows what? I think he'll come back though.
So Daryl just left a 10 pin on the on left lane. So his max score is 179 plus the 7 pins that he gets for handicap. We have 185 for Rosario Baki. That with his 7 pins gives him 192. I think that's right. Oh, nice shot.
Very nice. It stayed on the lane.
He needed that too.
He did.
Otherwise Rosario would have.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Because what happens is someone wins, and then everyone's like guard goes down, and then the others, something like, a missed spare sometimes happens. That was a good shot by Daryl.
All right, that's 187 plus his handicap. I believe that puts him at 194. It's 185 for Rosario. He gets 8. That puts him at 193. Only a 1 pin difference right there.
Well, we just want before we wrap up, we want to give a shout out to Jamie McWilliams and his team for a great week at the TAT.
I tell you what, they do a marvelous job.
Yeah, and everyone here, they had a record number of bowlers. We're at the Gold Coast, and it ran as smoothly as it possibly could.
I
right?
agree.
And so I think everyone is very thankful to Jamie. He has a great website, trueamateurtournaments.com. You can go check it out and see when the next event is happening. We will stay on. There will be a check presentation. And I think, Norm, you're going to take a picture with the crew, but I think you're good to finish this out.
Yeah, I am. And here we go. We're going to have Marvin Hill. He's going to be victorious. Old Johnny here. He's going to be second place. He's going to play 200 plus an 11-pin handicap. Third place, it looks like, to me, is going to be Daryl McDuffel. And he's fourth place, Rosario Baki. And then, of course, Luis Fernandez is going to round out our top 5. What an excellent game we just watched by Marvin Hill.
Absolutely. And, of course, Storm is the sponsor of the event. We're so thankful to everyone at Storm. Of course, the late Bill Chrisman. It was always his vision to support tournaments like this.
Oh, boy, does he ever support tournaments. And now Barbara and the whole Storm family, you know what? They're committed because they love bowling. It's the Bowlers Company.
It is, yeah. And Tyler Jensen's carrying all that vision forward with, as you said, Barbara Chrisman in the lead. And there's Marvin Hale with Jamie. He's holding up the trophy.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah.
It's amazing. So until next time, everyone, which we will be back again this summer at the Orleans.
In July, I believe.
In July. And until next time, Norm, thank you so much for being here and meeting with all the bowlers this week.
Oh, we have a blast together, don't we?
Oh, it's so fun every time we get to hang out. So until next time, Storm Nation, we'll see you. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday evening, and bowl up a storm.
Bowl up a storm.